Ah, yes, and we are live. Welcome! Now you may be wondering, DZ, what the heck are you streaming? Is this Ship Simulator 2019? No, it's not. Although that might actually make for a more interesting stream, but I'm gonna be taking a look at this tonight. Although I have actually technically already taken a look at it. But we're gonna take a look at it tonight here. So, like I said, this might not make the most interesting stream, because I don't really think of this as a game, because there's not really a game here. But what this is more like a... I describe this as sort of a virtual museum experience, because that's pretty much what this is. You're gonna walk around, you're gonna look at stuff. Some informational boxes will be up here and there, and you'll learn a few things, and that's kind of it, really. So, not quite a walking simulator, but maybe a little bit more than that, but I'm gonna take a look at it. So when I played this the last time, when I checked it out the first time, I didn't have Robin's voice on. Robin is sort of like a narrator.
Good young man.
There's a narrator with a Irish voice here, so we're going to check out the Britannic with Robin, and I guess I'll tell you a few things as I'm going along here. So there's a couple things I know. First off, there's a couple things you can do here. You can tour the ship, which is what I'm going to do first here. Tour the ship lets you look at the interior of the ship a little bit. Sinking is different here. That basically simulates the ship sinking, and I know that sounds exciting, but it's not that exciting. So I'd probably say that for the last here, for the end here. There are two versions of the ship you can look at. You can look at the RMS version or the HMHS version. RMS is the cruise ship version. Actually, they weren't called cruise ships. I think they were just called ocean liners back then. The ocean liner version of the ship. The HMHS is the medical ship version, which is what you see in the background right there. But let's take a look at the RMS first, because the RMS has some more interesting stuff inside of it here. You don't get to see all of the ship here, just some selected parts of the interior. For instance, let's just look at the staircase, which is probably the most elaborate part of the ship, I guess you would say. Why is this tagged as a horror game? I just noticed that. It's tagged as English Action Horror, Adventure Game, which I would dispute, and Platformer, which I would also dispute, and RPG, which I don't know why you would call it an RPG. There's really nothing here. You'll see. Loading. This is a bit of a graphic intensive title. Oh, I just realized we got that pipe organ music in the background.
Grand Staircase was an improvement on Olympics, and now Britannic Staircase surely improves on Titanic. Now, let's see if we can't spot any differences.
Let's see if we can spot differences also. This frame rate is like maxed out. Super fast. I actually have to turn the sensitivity on my mouse down a little bit here, because the mouse movement is like so fast here. Alright, that's a little better here. I have a manual adjustment on my mouse here, so I can adjust it. Just have to remember to turn it back up when I get out of the game here. There's a little bit of jumpiness. You might be able to notice that as I'm moving around. This Britannic thing is basically an offshoot of another game. Well, it's actually kind of like a side project, from what I understand, of the Titanic Honor and Glory game that is still in development here. The big thing about that is they are making a very accurate recreation of the Titanic in a video game. And the Britannic is basically mostly the same thing, because it is mostly the same ship. There's a few minor differences here and there, but this kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of what to expect from that. There's no NPCs in this, because like I said, there's really not much of a game here. You're just kind of walking around looking at stuff. And there's some very nice stuff here. This is a nursery room. Keep in mind, this is the Britannic, not the Titanic. The Titanic actually had its own demo, which is actually a few years old now, I think. It might be technically a bit out of date now. But if there's time, we can probably check that out as well. Because the Titanic, Titanic demo, you can see some
I believe
different.
I've seen this room in a moving picture once.
A moving picture, okay. Alright. There are some different things you can see in the Titanic demo that you don't get to see in here. But there are some other things you can see in here, but you don't get to see in the Titanic demo, so... So if we do both of those tonight, you can probably see all of it here. Little portraits here. Little brother and sister. That's not a little brother, that is a deer. Just want to point that out. But yeah, this is I don't know off the top of my head what game engine this is. It feels like it's Unreal 4. It might be. It kind of has that feel to it. But yeah, there is a lot of detail. There's a lot of high resolution texture work and polygon work being done here. That's what's causing the slight jitteriness too, because there's just so much detail here. I do hope this pipe organ music in the background is not going to be like getting me claimed, but on YouTube. But you never know. That's probably what's going to happen anyway. But whatever. Whatever. We're mostly just checking this out. Look at this fine woodwork. Fine woodworking, carpets, and everything. Anyway, let's get downstairs here and take a look around.
That's loud. I don't like loud things.
Neither do I. I don't like loud things. Robin will provide some entertainment here. Some. Yeah, like you can say, you really can't go everywhere on this thing. I remember on the Titanic demo, actually on the Titanic demo you can't even go to the top of the grand staircase. But you can in here, so you can see all of this here. Pretty sweet. Oh, okay, we can go back here. Right. You may notice there's a few spots where you can kind of see through the textures. Like a little bit like right in the corner there. Right there. You know, now that I realize I may tag this as a horror game. I was thinking about this the other day when I was kind of walking through this here. This would make for a great, like, PT sort of horror game experience. If the developers want to do something like that, you could like really have something here. But I'm pretty sure that's not what they're trying to go for.
I understand every one of these cabins forward have direct access to their own washrooms. That's quite an advancement from previous ships, even from Titanic. Even from my own flat. Since things hit a crescendo and rapid diminuendo with Claire, I've had to share latrines with that greasy Mr. Tundry and his band of urchins. I will not put up with their privy pinches any longer.
Yeah, you go, Robin. Yay. Not sharing bathrooms with other people anymore. Anyway, I don't think there's really much to look at over here. See if there's anything else we can look at. These are the elevators, by the way. That's what these things are. Yeah, I remember the Titanic demo actually has a sprint button, but there's no sprint in here. Kinda sucks, but...
Cabins are quite a priority for them
Right.
on this ship. I've seen most first-class cabins getting enlarged, while White Star is squeezing additional ones in wherever they can.
Yep. More rooms, more rooms. And let's go down to the B deck. And oh, I forgot there are some doors that do lead to loading areas. This leads to a suite. Okay, you can see what the suite looks like.
This regal suite is to be the grandest cabin on the ship. It's a travesty that the war effort requires it to be gutted tomorrow.
Yeah, this is what I say. You're gonna get a lot of these like pop-up boxes, kind of explaining stuff. The sitting room was spacious enough to entertain moderate-sized private parties. In-cabin dining and tea service was also offered by the steward staff. I'm not going to read everything. There's actually a lot of text boxes, but if you're watching this afterwards on YouTube, you can always pause and take a look if you want. Look at this door. Mahogany. Mahogany door. Mahogany. It's the pantry. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. There's like some exquisite graphical work being done here. And the thing is, this is just like a side project too, for the actual Titanic game. The Titanic game is supposed to have actual NPCs and stuff in it too, so I can only imagine how intensive that is going to become once there's a bunch of NPCs walking around too. Which also leads me to something else that kind of occurred to me here as I'm
Now, Robin, business before pleasure.
walking around here. Yes, Robin. Don't do your business in the bathrooms. You may notice there are a lot of tight corridor spaces, and I think my one concern about the actual game when it gets made and you have NPCs walking around.
Titanic's grand staircase was an improvement on
Okay,
Olympic,
we're just
and
this is the same
now
thing before. We already heard that,
Britannic
Robin. Shut up.
staircase surely improves on Titanic. Now, let's see if we can't spot any
Let's see where else we can go here first. Look at this suite. Let's go to Jordan's suite. So like what I'm mentioning about, I'm mentioning about these tight corridors here that are on the ship in places. If you have like NPCs walking around in these tight corridors, I'm just worried that your
Georgian style suite. The style
NPCs are going to
named
get
after
stuck.
The kings of the House of Hanover, a time when Britain was ruled by a German dynasty.
Yeah, like I was saying, like there's always a possibility NPCs getting stuck in the tight corridors, and especially if it's someplace that a player would have to get through, they may not be able to get through those tight corridors because there's an NPC stuck standing in the way. This is just something, a personal experience of like RPGs and stuff like that, where you have NPCs walking around in tight spaces, getting stuck on things. So to developers having to see this, just be aware of that. Yeah. Make sure your NPCs don't get stuck in the tight corridors. This is a very nice room too. There's like so much nice detail work here. Can't really see yourself in the mirror, but okay. It's just so nice. It's so nice looking. You have the sound of the clock right there. What does that say? Jordan Suite on the C deck. And it's one of the highest prices of the ship. Okay, yeah, I can kind of see that. Alright, let's see what else there is here. Oh, the bath, yeah, let me take a look at the bath here. Now you can look at the same rooms on the hospital ship version.
What
But they're
an
mostly
upgrade from Titanic and Olympic. Look at the marble panels and the gilded torch lamps. A real step up, something to really compete with those marvelous German liners. Oh, I hope no one heard me compliment the Hun.
They heard you. This is the indoor pool area. Pretty nice. Marble. Lots of marble.
There's just something about a saltwater plunge that really stains my new suit.
Oh, so the Britannic's version was actually improved from the version on the Titanic and Olympic. So this is supposed to be the premium version of the indoor pool on the ship. It looks very nice. And this is the showers. Look at these showers. These are very interesting showers here. Like a little cage. Very interesting. Oh, this here, this door. This is one of the this is a watertight door. This is what this is. It's on a little gear mechanism that opens up. I think there's an open one over here.
Not going any farther today.
Yeah, this goes to the Turkish bath. You can't actually see the Turkish bath on the Titanic demo. You can't see it on here though. Anyway, I know one of the minor differences between the Britannic and the Titanic is that the watertight bulkhead was extended up a little higher. I think on another 1 or 2 decks or something like that. That's part of the reason why the bath also looks different. They kind of mentioned it here too. The double bottom was raised up and into the pool area. So it used to be a walkway. Well, on the Titanic there was a walkway over here. Now it's just a wall. Alright, let's see what else we can look at here. Boiler room. Boiler room. I think this is almost identical to what's in the Titanic demo, I want to say. Now we start up here. Down. Whoops. Break my leg. Yes, there's a lot of tight spaces here. Lots of areas for you player and NPCs to get caught on the geometry. So I don't anticipate that stuff will probably be corrected in the final game. Yeah, this is the boiler room. It's not a particularly big space. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4 massive boilers. This is all steam power, by the way. There are people that shovel coal into these furnaces, and that's all they do. And that's all they do. This is part of the extended bulkhead over here. I can just imagine it would suck to be working down here.
Firemen must break step. Don't want the bottom of the ship falling out.
You wouldn't want that to happen. But yeah, all you do is shovel coal. Coal. It's probably hot as hell down here too, by the way. Along with all the coal fumes. Yeah. People had to put up with a lot of not especially good working conditions back in the day. Scotland Road, which we can't see on here. You can see Scotland Road on the Titanic demo. See what else there is. I'm gonna save the exterior for the sinking part, but actually, you know what? We'll take a look at the yeah, take a look at free cam. You can actually see the exterior of the ship a little bit. Because the sinking bit will involve the hospital ship version. Free cam lets you be able to look at everything pretty well. Zoom out. This is so nice looking. So incredibly nice looking. And yeah, if you go up to some of these windows, you can look inside some of them. Oh, maybe not that one. That's an actual image. I think there's some you can actually look inside of. You get in the right spot here. Kind of look inside some of these. I'm trying to remember where the pool is. It's down in this area, I think. Can't quite see through these windows too well. It's in this area of the ship somewhere. I know that. Let's go up. This is where the grand staircase is, right here. Dome, funnels. I don't remember what the purpose of the last funnel was. This is not connected to the boilers. Might be just a dummy funnel. Maybe because the first three are actually connected to the boilers. Maybe this is like a ventilation area for the engines. Maybe because the actual engines are back here. Also, there is a plentiful lifeboats on the Britannic, by the way. Plentiful. Compared to the Titanic, obviously. You can look down in here. Yes, that goes down into the boiler area, I believe. And there's a second staircase. It's gonna be... It's not quite there. Where is it? It's buried under boats. Can't find it. Okay, there it is, right here. Not quite as big as the grand staircase in the front, but it's still there. So yeah, pretty nice here. The water effects are not quite the best, but they're okay. It's tolerable. Can we go under the water? I can't. Can't go under the water here. You can get on deck here. Yeah, you can't see inside some of the rooms. It's just blurry. There's actually nothing inside of these rooms. It's empty. I think there's a little bit more detail on the hospital ship version. I think it's supposed to be like a dining area in there. Okay. Actually, you know what? Okay. Yeah, we'll get out of this here. So, anything else to see on here? Not really. Alright, let's look at the hospital ship version. Hospital ship version is a little different.
They've gutted it. The pipe organ, the beautiful wood paneling, the questionable blue flooring. The one comfort is that it's being kept safe from the Hun's brutish fist.
Yes, the flooring was very questionable. I disagreed with that opinion. That blue was terrible. Oh, for the most part, not entirely. Oh, this was off limits, okay. Can't go down there. Oh yeah, this is the hospital ship version. It's basically stripped out. But I left some of the wood paneling in. This is pretty much the same as it was before. Anything this way? Okay, this is pretty much the same thing. Alright, let's see if there's another area we can get to. What does the suite look like now?
It's frankly a wonder to see how such a palace and triumph of appointment could be so rapidly turned over into an efficient medical facility supporting the greatest war we've ever known.
We've ever known. Until the next one. Yeah, the suite is pretty much gone.
Robin,
Guns.
now it's time for you to have some real fun.
Yes, Robin. Take the gun. I can pretend to play soldier. If this game was, well, interactive. But it's not. So we can only look at things. But yeah, even in like the stripped down version, this is still like extremely detailed.
We're an extra deck down from the Regal Suite. I wonder who'd be occupying this cabin. Wounded officers, RAMC, perhaps the nurse matron, or Mr. Robin Darcy.
Ooh, probably not. Probably not. This cabin will be occupied by officers. All these beds look like little cribs. Kinda wonder what the little basket was for. Looks like an ashtray basket, almost, but I don't think you want to be smoking in bed. It's probably not a good idea. Then again, I never know, maybe people did that back then. I'm not really sure. Yeah, the bath has changed a little bit. It took away.
Glad to see the pool is still being used. The Britannic deserves some joy in these dark years.
Took away all the nice green marble. It's all gone. Yep, the interesting showers though.
Maybe I can get some laps in before the ship departs for Lemnos.
Sure we can. Alright, Robin. You got your laps in. Alright. And now you're soaking wet. Congratulations, you are wet. Okay. Alright, I think that's it for the rooms here. So, go back to the main menu. Alright, so the sinking thing. Okay, I'm gonna do this in like two parts because I know this kind of goes. I've already looked at this and it goes on for. There's a long period of time where not a lot happens, so I'm not gonna stream that. So we'll do. We're gonna do like the beginning, like the first 5 minutes or so. And then we'll go back out and change it back to the midpoint here, that way we don't have to sit here for 10 minutes while nothing happens. I don't remember how exact length of time it takes to sink. I think it's like half an hour or so, I think, or 45 minutes, I think is what it is. So yeah, we don't want to sit here for like half an hour with nothing really happening. So we'll do the beginning here. And then I'll switch to the midpoint, and then we'll walk around the deck of the ship as it's sinking, because that'll be more interesting. Off of Kia Greece. Alright, so here we are. We'll walk around a little bit here. We can actually walk around on the deck and look at stuff now. So in case you didn't know what the story of the Britannic, probably most people don't know the story off the top of their heads. This is the third ship in the Olympic class line of ocean liners. The first was the Olympic, the second was the Titanic, which most people are familiar with. The Britannic was the third one, with some minor improvements compared to the Titanic. Look at the bridge here. Round patent telemotor. Look at these things. There's some nice detail. This is a engines. Stand by, full ahead, full astern. So, yeah, so as I was saying, the Britannic also sank, but this was a lot faster than the Titanic sinking, because this actually hit a ocean mine, which is going to be happening here shortly. We haven't hit it yet. It's going to happen soon. We hang around over here. Take a look at the front here. I believe that Kia Greece, or is Kia over there? I don't know. One of these islands is Kia. Can take a look at the front, and I do have a jump. I have a little bit of interaction. A little bit of interaction. No, I'm not doing the Titanic thing. We're not going to be doing that. This is no Titanic, boy. No Titanic. Even though it will still sink all the same. So like I said, this is not going to be particularly exciting here, but any minute now, we're going to hit the ocean mine. Any minute now. A waiting game. The simulation of real life. Oh, here we go. Whee! Listing. There's not going to be a whole lot to see here for the next 20-25 minutes, which is why I'm going to switch to the midpoint. So yeah, that was the ocean mine that hit the ship. It hit it kind of right below the area where I'm standing, kind of right around here. And unlike the iceberg with the Titanic, this actually left a pretty big hole in the ship, so that's why the ship went down a lot faster. I know it doesn't seem like it's going down fast, but it will. It will. Let's go ahead and switch to the midpoint here, because we're not going to wait around for 20 minutes. Ah, looky, we're listing quite a bit now. Alright, so let's head back up towards the front here. Also, the davits, yeah, that's what these things are called. They're called davits. Not cranes, they're davits. These lower the lifeboats now. And these actually are animated on the ship, so they will Go down. Okay, so the water is just starting to get on the deck here. Alright. You can see down there. This is where the fun begins, or as fun as it can be. Let's go take a look at the water here. Whee! But yes, we are just starting to get water on the bow of the ship here, the lower deck. Yeah, get up there. Get up there. Come on, Robin. So, yes, we are listing quite badly now. It will get even worse as time goes on. So, anyway, let's walk around the deck and look at stuff while things are going down here. There's the mast. I was trying to figure out how people actually got up into the crow's nest, but I think there's a passage inside the mast here to actually crawl up inside of and then go up there. I think that's how that works. If I can get over the breaker there. There we go. That's probably how that works. Oh, you know what we you know what we probably missed? We probably missed the. Yeah, I'll probably have to. I think we can see it from here. And go up, look. Up. One of the lifeboats that went down on this side actually got sucked into the propellers in the back and was destroyed. I believe that was one of. I'm not positive on that. I think that's where where most of the casualties happened. I think was from that. Here's one of the boats going down. No, actually, we can jump over the edge here. I think we can. Or yeah, yep. Come on, jump. Get on the boat. There we go. There we go. Okay, yeah, we missed it already. Or did we? I don't know. The propeller's still going. Let's see what happens here. Anyway. Yeah, one of these boats got sucked into the propellers. I don't know if it's this one. We might have missed it already, but here, let's see what happens here. The propeller is, the engine is still going, so this might be it. We'll see what happens here. Anyway. Because, you know, one of the important things about laying your lifeboats down is that your ship needs to come to a full stop before you put the lifeboats down. Otherwise, bad things can happen. Yeah, this is the exterior of the ship. Repainted. So white and red now. Actually, I don't think this is the one that gets hit by the propellers. I don't think it is. But I think this one comes close. Yeah, look at these engines. Getting awfully close to these things. Yeah, this boat's safe. This one's safe. I have a quick key just to jump back onto the ship here. Alright. But yeah, there's one boat that ends up getting destroyed. It wasn't that one. Yeah. No, let's check out the... Let's see what's going on up front. How bad is it, Captain? It's bad. It's bad. Yeah. Still coming up. It's a slow process, but once it gradually accelerates faster and faster, though, so you have to kind of keep an eye on it. Anyway, let's take a look at the bridge here. A little more of the bridge here. More of these engine controls. The telemotors, as they are called. Here's the internal ship's wheel. Compass. A nice looking recreation of the ship's bridge and instruments and everything on here. But here's the deck layout. Can't see all that here. I think there's another... Oh yeah, this is another compass right here. On the very top. Right here. I don't think another ship has gone, or boat has gone down yet. Where's another one about to go down? Look at me, ninjing. I'm a ninja. Ugh. Can't get back up. I'm standing on this little pipe right here on the edge of the ship. Yeah, anyway, let's get back on deck here. That was a close one, Robin. Wait, is my name Robin? I don't even know. I can't be Robin. I can't even be here. I'm not even supposed to be here. See if we can go up here. I can. This is another compass. Alright, so I guess while this is going on, I shall talk some more. Alright, so how did I discover this thing? This is kind of an oddball little thing for me to stream and talk about here. So anyway, this probably I can trace back to probably early in the year. Early in the year I kind of caught like the tail end of the Titanic movie on TV. And I kind of realized that, you know what, I haven't seen this movie in like ages. So I decided to go ahead and look it up and watch it. And it was pretty good. I admittedly have not seen the movie since probably when it first came out. All the way back in 97, 98. So my memory of it was very fuzzy. Of course I know all the popular, obvious scenes, which I've seen many memes of and clips of before, so I remember that stuff, obviously. But the rest of the movie I didn't really remember, so I was like, okay, I guess I'll watch it, and you know what? It was pretty good. Oddly enough, I think I appreciate the movie more now that I'm older than when I was younger. I think when I was younger I didn't really pay too much attention to it, except for, you know, the teenage parts of the movie, which I won't get into. But I enjoyed it. And then you kind of get into that little mindset, okay, let me just, I'm gonna look up a little stuff about Titanic and stuff, and get some additional information and stuff like that. And eventually I found there was a whole subset of videos on YouTube dedicated to virtual ship sinkings. People making, I don't know, I have the best replica ship sinking video on YouTube, and no, this version's better, and and of course, obviously, the Titanic is the most popular ship to simulate sinking. And I watched a few of those, and it was kind of mildly interesting. Obviously, the best part doesn't happen until close to the end, but that's just the way sinkings are. Oh yeah, just starting to accelerate here, So then I came across the Titanic Honor and Glory, because they have some simulations of the Titanic sinking, which they've been posting on YouTube and testing out, and I realized, oh wait, this is actually supposed to be for a game. Interesting, and I thought that was very interesting here. Oh, I'm tiptoeing on the banister here, reeling. Very good view. Anyway. So, start looking into that, and Apparently that's going to be a video game that uses the Titanic as a setting, and basically it's going to be very similar to this here. So what you're seeing here, the Britannic, is, like I said, it's kind of like an offshoot of that, a side project. And basically there is going to be an actual game, not just walking around. It's supposed to be like almost like a detective murder mystery sort of thing, where you have to your character was framed for murder, and they are trying to escape to America on the Titanic, and you have to follow them onto the ship and try and find out who they are and apprehend them or something. Of course, all the while in the background, as a player, you know that the ship never makes it to America, so I think that kind of makes it kind of interesting, and I think it will be a pretty interesting game. I'm kind of keeping tabs on it just to kind of see how it develops and see what comes of it. And that's kind of what led me to look at the Britannic simulation, I guess if you want to call it that, here. Yes, the bow is now about to go under the water here, and things are going to start accelerating here pretty soon. Back in, the ship is starting to really lift up here. So, this is almost like the way the Titanic went down, just a lot faster. So this kind of gives you a little bit of an idea what to expect here. Obviously, I expect that the that's the I think the emergency whistle of the ship going. The long whistle, I think, indicates the ship is actually going down. From what I vaguely recall. But yeah, the game will actually have NPCs and characters and stuff like that, and I think most of the more well-known passengers and characters are supposed to be simulated on the game, so it's going to be kind of like a historical fiction, I guess, sort of thing. So it's going to be pretty neat to see here. The front end is about completely under the water here, so we might want to start stepping back here. Start stepping back, because things are going to start happening like really quick here in a few minutes. Oh yeah, water's already there. Even though I know it's a simulation, there is this kind of slow sense of panic and dread that kind of comes over you as this is happening, because it's like, oh shit, oh shit. One of these like, oh shit moments, you know? Most of the lifeboats are actually, they have been put into the water now. Because you can actually walk around on top now. Here's a grand staircase, by the way. Can't really see down into it, but go. And I think we're going to be losing the bridge in a moment here. Yep, the water is already up here. Yep. Okay, we'll just actually, no, let's go to the back of the ship. We need to look at the back of the ship before things get too crazy here. Make my way to the back here. I'm pretty sure one of the funnels does fall down on this. I didn't see it the first time when I did this. So I'm trying to kind of keep an eye on the front here. Ooh, no. And here is the aft of the ship. It's gonna be it's gonna get kind of hard to walk around here in a moment. That's why I want to try and get back here. Yeah, see, we're already starting to have some problems here. Let's just go up here. The aft bridge. The aft bridge view. Oh, this is the morgue back here, by the way. That's the ship's morgue. If you wanted to know, we're in a good spot. The morgue. Actually, I hear Robin has some interesting commentary about the morgue, so maybe I'll go back and with Robin's commentary and see what he says about the morgue. Oh yes. Elevation. Elevation. Yeah, we're just slowly going down here. Oh, there goes one of the funnels right there. I knew one of them went down. And I think yeah, there goes the front one too. So as this goes down, one interesting fact about this sinking, by the way, actually there's two that I know, is that one, this is actually a well, this is the Mediterranean Sea. That's not the ocean. It's not as deep as the ocean, and the ship actually hits the bottom before it sinks completely. You should hear it when it hits the bottom, but we're not quite there yet. Also, we may end up falling off the ship here in a moment. Try and hang on as long as we can. We're like really high up now. And I think the other thing is that compared to a Titanic sinking, those sounds, not the most pleasant sounds. It's not something you want to hear on a ship. The strain of the structure. Yeah, the grand staircase I think was left relatively intact on the Britannic when it sank compared to the Titanic. There goes the last funnel right there. Doesn't seem like the funnels are too well secured that they just fall over so easily like that. But the grand staircase on the Titanic was pretty much shattered when the ship hit the bottom of the ocean. That's why there was absolutely nothing left of it. But I think on the Britannic it was still intact when it sank. So that was actually still visible to divers later on. Kind of at the point where I can't move now. Kind of stuck now. So yeah, we'll just hang out here and enjoy the view. The front end should be hitting the bottom soon. Probably definitely hear it first. We're like almost like it's like we're not exactly vertical here yet, but I feel like we're almost there. And whoa. Oh, never mind. I fell off. Oh yes, by the way, I am Jesus, I can walk on the water. Also, I don't know whether the ship is moving away from me or I am moving away from the ship. It's kind of hard to tell. Can I jump on this? I can. Alright. Yes, so I'm safe. Actually, I wonder, can I stand on the side of this thing? Yes, we're doing the impossible here. Oh yeah, I can stand on the side of it. Hey, we're back aboard. For now. Notice, this vessel has triple screws. Keep clear of the blades. Oh, okay, we're gone. It's gone. That was it. So yeah, the front end did actually hit the bottom. We didn't actually hear it this time, because the last time I went through the simulation, I actually heard it. But, yeah, that's it. And we should fade out, and that will be about it. This sinking is dedicated to the memory of the 30 souls lost in the sinking of the HMHS Britannic on 21st November 1916. Here's all the names. So yeah, in a way, like 30 casualties was really not that much, considering that I don't even think there was actually that many people aboard the ship when it went down. So, even though they did launch all the lifeboats, I don't know how many of those got used, but you know. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Britannic, Patroness of the Mediterranean. Like I said, I would describe this as more like a virtual museum experience, because that's kind of what it is. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, it is Unreal Engine. Yeah, this thing is like the developers put a lot of detail into the graphics of this thing here. I think that's part of the reason why I kind of like it, because it is so impressive looking, even though there's not a whole lot to do. But it's kind of like a taste of what they want to do with the actual game when they actually do the actual Titanic game. So, okay, yeah, that's a little image of when the lifeboat got chopped up in the propellers in the back. Physical watchers in the Unreal Engine marketplace, yeah. So probably in the future they'll improve the water so it looks a little better. It's not the best looking water. Also, just to be clear, you can't go inside the ship while it's sinking, so I know. But hopefully in a future update maybe they'll let you go inside a little bit. So Pomp and Circumstance, March number 4. Yeah, that's probably gonna get claimed. I have read there are a few Easter eggs in this, and I haven't really been able to find them yet. But apparently there is a couple of game consoles hidden in a few places here. I haven't been able to find them. I don't know where they are. Maybe later on I'll take a more in-depth look and see where that stuff is. Out. So yeah, I just tell you here about what they're planning on doing with the Titanic video game when they actually make that. There we go. I'm gonna fix my mouse here. So yes, they have a website, titanichg.com, so if you're interested in their video game, take a look at it. It's actually quite interesting. And their demo for the Titanic game is free, so you can download it, even though it is, I think it's a few years old now. You can test your graphical capabilities of your system, because it's very intensive. And you know what, you might just take a look at that, because I do have that. So you can see some other parts of the ship that you can't really see in this here. Even though, yes, they are two different ships, I understand that. But it's the same class of ship. Same class of ship. Alright. Okay, give me a moment and I will load up the Titanic demo here. And we can take a look at that. In the meantime, you have me talking into the darkness. The darkness of history, of time. The demo. Give it a moment here. Alright. Okay, let me See if I can capture it here. The demo. Ah, there we go. I'm just checking my controls here for a moment. Make sure the volume's not too loud. So unlike with the Britannic will not let you run, but you can jump. In this game, you can run, but you can't jump. That is the difference here. So there is a little bit more you can do here. Just saying. There is like a whole sequence here. We start off in. It's still a little bit jittery, but.
First the train from London to Liverpool, then a short trip to the docks where I boarded the ferry to Dublin, then the long train ride through Ireland to Belfast. Not a bad ride, but excruciatingly long. Check-in at the guest house in the town proper, quick supper, quick sleep, quick breakfast, and a hop on the local train here to
I feel like I need to turn
shipyard.
That up just a little bit.
It was punctual. I was worried about being tardy for being 3 hours early. My darling Claire always said to me, "Robin, you better get out of the house right now and go be useful for someone." She always did lovingly encourage me to show
See, are there subtitles?
and give my best effort.
I don't think there are subtitles. It is just a demo after all. But you had to get to see some of Belfast, Ireland a little bit here.
No different from the Olympic. They're structurally identical. The Olympic underwent these trials months ago, so this should be a simple repeat. I board, observe her during the sea trials, vote aye or nay on her certification, and then I ride her back to Southampton. Come on, Robin, you can't mess this one up, as Claire always told me.
Don't mess it up, Robin. We're all counting on you. So yes, we have a train. The NCC-1
I had better find my way aboard.
train.
But I suppose there isn't reason for too much haste. No one else has even arrived yet, it seems. Plenty of time to explore, if I desire.
Yes. I know we have to go to a ship, but let's not hurry. It's okay to waste some time. Let's check out the train here. It's a very nice train, and I can't go up there. The sprint is actually not that fast. This is the sprint. This is walking. This is the sprint. We'll be sprinting for most of this. I just want to look at the train. Because again, very nice looking train. It's just something else to look at besides a ship.
Let's look at the positive. The weather broke, and now I've been given the opportunity to board the Titanic advance of the trials. This gives me a bit of time to really admire the beauty of the ship before I have to scrutinize every last aspect of her functionality.
Beware of trains. The voice still sounds like it's too low. Oh, it didn't. Save. So there she is. The Titanic. It is a glorious ship. And no, Robin, you cannot jump in the water. Robin is incapable of jumping. Unlike his future self, who can jump and move faster. So I think we have to go all the way around. It takes a little while, so Patience. Patience. We will get there eventually.
I'm quite surprised by the amount of confidence the industry is placing into this ship. She's not even certified yet, and her first ticketed voyage is just a week from now. No room for failure on these trials, I suppose. It's like getting dressed up for a date when you haven't even begun your courtship yet. How do you know if you'll be rejected or not? I learned that one the hard way.
I found it so hard. My life has been so hard. Oh, hello. Oh, we can go in here. Paint. Photograph. Let us keep going.
Belfast Loch is beautiful, with the hills around it and the morning fog. It reminds me of what I always imagined Puget Sound would be like. A man sure can make a living out in Seattle, if he can hold off the plague.
Ugh. Well, it's like... You know, and I was thinking that the movement was slow on the Britannic thing, but it's actually slower here. Robin is so slow. I have to navigate all these this stuff here.
They're doing all they can to extend my travel time. How do I find my way through this mess?
How dare they extend my travel time? Can't they see I am impaired? I can only walk so fast. Yeah, once again, it's like the graphical detail is like so nice. I gave my this is actually still a demo, and this is actually a few years old now. So I'm pretty sure they have a better version of this now.
You just can't beat that train carriage arrangement. It really stretched my cognitive abilities. People simply aren't stimulated enough these days. Claire tells me that every night.
My cognitive abilities have been pushed to the limit.
Since the aft gangway is blocked, I'll board here through the first class.
Yes. Stop. Mind your head. The workmen leaving the ship except by the proper gangway will be instantly dismissed. Yes, yes. Anyway, on to the ship. So on this you can actually walk around. There are some other places you can look at that you couldn't look at on the Britannic. That's just why I'm kind of mainly doing this. So you can see some other stuff, like the Turkish bathroom. You are now boarding. Please wait. Here we are, in Demo 3.
Most first-class spaces should be accessible at the moment, but I may be able to venture down to third class for a spell through Scotland.
Hold on. There we go.
Anyone else. Robin, right now you're the most handsome man on the Titanic.
You are the only man on the Titanic. Oh. Like I said, there's not everything works yet. This is the entrance area where most passengers would come on. Getting myself turned around already. Paint. Lots of paint. Here's those elevators. It seems like there's more space here than it was on the Britannic. Actually, I don't remember. Did we come down this far? I don't think we actually came down this far on the Britannic. Because this is where the passengers would come on. Through here. Oh yes, these are the infamous doors right here. It says as Mr. Lightoller left the doors open while the ship was sinking. And just made it sink faster. Yeah, this is the for the big dining area. Steinway piano. Again, this is more representative of what the actual game will be like here. It's not going to be like Britannic where everything's stripped down. There's also a lot more polygons going on here because you got chairs everywhere. I just imagine how insane this is going to be when there's like actual NPCs in here too. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time with this because I've seen this like a dozen times already, but I'm just going to do the quick tour here.
I especially commend them for modifying the bulkhead. I never cared much for what was on the Olympic.
This is the first class dining area, which you cannot explore thoroughly.
There will be a fine banquet here for company and partner representatives, myself included, along with the one and only paying passenger joining us on our way to Southampton this evening.
Yeah, my bitrate dropped for a second, that's why I was going to stop here. Yeah, it's too bad you can't really explore more of this here, because it kind of like walled in right here. Can't really go any further. But yeah, this is pretty nice here. The authentic deluxe rich resort hotel on the seas experience. That is pretty much what this feels like. And I think so. Yeah, there's a lot of detail work, a lot of accuracy work and historical work that kind of gone into this thing here. And I think in many ways this is actually way more accurate than what the Titanic and the James Cameron movie was. Because yes, there are some familiar areas I can recognize even from the film, like especially this area and the first class dining area. I remember that. Of course, the elevators and everything here. Now we can't go all the way up, unfortunately. This is, I think, how high up can we go? This is as far up as we can go, right here. So you can see.
Venture too far on deck. The Board of Trade members may board soon, and I'm expected to meet them.
Yeah, so you can see some of the grand staircase area up here, but you can't see the whole thing because we can't go any further. But unlike with the Britannic, we can actually go down the hallways. This is the front end, which you've actually seen in the Britannic area.
Lifts are out of order. That's fine. Real men don't take lifts. Lifts are for women, Claire says.
The lifts are for the women's.
Long way up.
Only men take the stairs. That's the inquiry office here.
Soon this area will be bustling with passengers anxiously sending telegrams and complaining about the most trivial of matters. I consider it a blessing that I will not be around to witness that.
Oh, by the way. Why does my bitrate keep dropping? It bugs me. I don't know why that's happening. Anyway, yeah, pop-up. Pop-up face right there. Jump scare. Okay, yeah. Oh, wait, I'm gonna look at the... We're gonna go this way first. And then we will look at the back area. So this is where... Oh yeah, probably gonna illustrate it on here. Because we actually have the layout of the deck right here. So one of the things about the Titanic is that there are actually two suites. There's one on the port side, one on the starboard side. And if you have seen the Titanic movie, you know that the family that Rose uses one of those suites, and that is, I believe that's this one right here, that we're right next to. The one where, is it this one? So I'm on the right deck. C55. Yeah, I think this is it. Yeah, because there's a suite. The suites are right here. The sitting room. Okay, yeah, this is it here. Because on the other side was the one used by Ismay, I think is the name. The one over here. I'm sure I'm on the right deck. Am I on the right deck? I think I am. Let me make sure. No, now I'm doubting myself now. Ardeza. Okay, yeah, I was on the wrong deck. It's this one.
Cabins upon cabins upon cabins.
It's this one. Okay. Okay. This is the room where Rose's family uses right here. That's it. If you're following Titanic movie trivia, that sort of thing. And this is the Ismay room. Yeah, here we are. Okay. I was on the wrong deck before. I'm sorry, both decks, they look the same to me. I was on the wrong deck. So yeah, so here you can actually walk around. Compared to the Britannic here. And the developers did kind of list where most of the passengers stayed. So if you're into that kind of thing, you can just check out all the name placards and information and all this wonderful information. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, like the narrow corridors that I was mentioning earlier. These are lockers. There's also bathrooms. Bathrooms are, I think, the next corridor passage here. Bathrooms, yes, bathrooms. These are bathrooms. I'm gonna make our way to the back here. And voila, we're at the rear staircase, which we couldn't see before in the Britannic.
Absolutely perplexing. Now that's a craft I can really respect. Lovely wood. I've always been fond of wood.
Lovely
younger, I used to cut wood for the poor folks 2 streets over. My neighbors started calling me Robin Wood. They always laughed, but I don't know why. I wore that title proudly.
Robin Wood. Haha. This is the Parisian cafe. Cafe Paris. Actual trellises and vines in here.
It does remind you of Paris, though accepting the smell of overflowing sewage. Wonderful memories are coming back to me of that city.
Pretty neat. Pretty neat. And this is a restaurant back here.
Odd that this room would have its tables already set. Mr. Gotti hasn't even boarded yet. Oh well, top marks for presentation.
The a la carte restaurant. Again, as I keep saying, there's lots of nice detail in this. It is so impressive looking. I think that's like part of the reason why I'm so looking forward to this game, because to be able to fully explore the ship as it was is just probably an amazing concept to have. Man, there's like so much to look at. I mean, it's not that interesting, admittedly, because there's no people, but eventually in the future there will be people, and it'll be very interesting and interactive and stuff like that. And this will definitely be next gen sort of thing. You will probably need a PS5 or an Xbox Series X or the latest GPUs and CPUs to run this game when there's hundreds of NPCs walking around. Oh, I remember the barber shop is right over here. The barber shop.
I wonder if the barber will be on board for the run to Southampton. Lord knows I should fancy a shave after my journey here. Speaking of barbers, I'm quite glad old Harry is there to look after Claire while I'm away. They always were fond of each other, and when my son was born, Harry was particularly fond of him, never missing a birthday. See, this is the kind of friend a man really needs. His presence seems to even alleviate her hysteria condition.
So here's like one room you can actually walk into. See, I'm not entirely positive what the differences between a first class and a second class room is. So I'm assuming we're still in the first class area. I think. I'm not positive about that. I think we're still in the first class area. Okay, second class is back here. Okay. Or maybe this is second class. I'm not sure. Again, I'm not really positive about this. Let's see. We cannot go up anymore. This is more first class cabins down here. If we go back up front to the Grand Circus area, we can go back down a couple more decks to see where the Scotland Road is and the Turkish Baths, which we couldn't see on the Britannic, by the way, which is why, again, I'm showing this here. Let's go down. Go down, down, down. And again, look up. Little teaser for the grand staircase here. There's more first and second class cabins down here. Alright, so I know that Molly Brown's cabin is down here. That's right. Margaret Brown. Kind of weird that her cabin was all the way down here. I think I would have expected her to like to be up above somewhere, but no, her place is like down here, tucked away in the corner. In case you don't know who I'm talking about, the Molly Brown character was if you remember from the Titanic film, she's the lady who helps Jack out with his tuxedo and everything for the dinner. It was that character. Okay, this is Scotland Road here. This big, wide area. Most of the servants and staff.
You can near well see half the length of the ship in this corridor.
Yeah. Most of the staff use this, but also the third class passengers, I think, also use this because the. Actually, let's go this way first. The third class saloon is this way. So down these stairs here. Yes, if you were third class, you got one bread roll, an apple, and some water. And massive spoons. But all in all, so really not too bad.
Accommodations, I should say, but still a major improvement from the other liners I've inspected. In all honesty, I envy these people in the lower class. The world is open to them. They move to America and build their future how they choose. They could be loggers, for example. But father wanted me to be a surveyor like he and his father. No logging for you, Robin. Now wash your ears.
Wash your ears, Robin. So yeah, that's the dining area. And this goes towards the aft. Look back here, a lot of the chefs and storekeepers have their rooms back here, including the musician's room right here. Stewards. The chefs. All the chefs are back here. And there's another watertight door.
On down to the food stores, crew compartments, and stern of the ship. No need to go this way.
No need to go that way. We can also look at the boiler too, but I think it's pretty much the same as it was on Britannic, so I don't think there's really anything new down there. As fast as Robin can walk here. We can look at the steward's restroom. You want to see, and their bunk beds. And here's the boiler room.
Oh dear, the door is open. Perhaps I'm not supposed to look in here, but I can't pass up this opportunity for a little adventure. Oh, if Claire were here now to see me being so daring. Where are the workers, though? Well, I suppose they're likely firing up the other boiler room. These machines are massive. 29 on board, propelling the ship through the water like an untamed beast. I anxiously await their performance during the sea trials shortly. Finally free and not held back from anything. No Mr. Tundry in sight. Just freedom.
Freedom to shovel coal. Over and over. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, this is basically the boiler room. It looks pretty much the same as it was before. But as you can see here, the bulkhead is not extended upwards here, so this is the actual exterior hull right here, next to the boilers. I don't recall whether the iceberg actually cut through this part up here, over here. It kind of seemed like it did in the movie beginning. I don't know if that was accurate, but I'm pretty sure it was a little further up in front of the ship when that where that happens. But yeah, that's the boiler. It's pretty much the same, except for there's a little box in the way that you can't walk past. And this is sort of the front area.
This open space looks like a fine spot for gathering and mingling between all parts of Europe as they make their journey across the pond to the New World. Perhaps a place on the west coast, like Seattle.
Seattle. This is kind of the front area of the ship. It's kind of the, I think the third class passengers would hang out up here. And you can kind of hear a little bit in the background. A little hard to hear, but the racquetball court I think is over here too. Somebody's playing tennis or something by themselves up here. That's what that noise is. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much what we can see down here. Let's go look at the Turkish bath, and I think that's about it. It's gonna be down here. So all these little photos scattered about. I don't quite know the meaning of them, but anyway. So anyway, here's the bath.
A nice
That's nice looking
motif with cooling colors as passengers relax after their time in the baths. But what a poor state these workers left it in.
What a poor state. They left clipboards around. How dare they? How dare they leave their clipboards around? And they left a banana here. How dare they? Who leaves a banana laying around? Electric bath.
Earth is that lucky dog testing out the electric bath. And I believe I see a sliver of the plunge bath as well.
Yeah, here's the pool back here. Can't really walk in there, but you can kind of see it a little bit here. No water in it. I need to look up what this electric bath thing is. Like, what exactly is this? I need to look that up. Because, what is that? I'm taking a bath in electricity. Electricity. You know how much power that uses? A lot. A lot of power. Alright. Well, anyway, that's I think that's pretty much all we can see on the Titanic demo. But like I said, compared to the Britannic, there are some places you can walk around on here. There's a few other things you can see that you couldn't see on that. And there's some things you can see on the Britannic demo that you can't see on here. You can't go on the deck on this here. The deck is strictly off limits, which is why you have the Britannic demo to explore the deck. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, pretty fascinating. I'm definitely going to be keeping tab on this game as it continues into development here. I think it's still a couple years off. I think I remember reading that they were looking for a 2021-2022 release, but I think they've been delayed because of COVID. So I would anticipate more like 2022 for this, because I think there's still a lot left to do on this. I think the last time I checked, they were only just starting to work on NPCs. They were just starting on that. And I think that was like several months ago. So yeah. So again, if you find this interesting, you can check them out. Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much going to be it for tonight. Just something different to stream. I hope you found it interesting. I find it interesting, although admittedly this is not the most interesting material to stream. Or even play on YouTube or whatever, but anyway. Yeah, so tomorrow will be Thanksgiving. I hope everybody has a good, fulfilling Thanksgiving and you eat plenty. I'll be working on my turkey tomorrow and with the family and enjoying the day, because kind of like I mentioned in the last stream, this is like one of the few holidays I feel like I can really personally enjoy, because I work on dinner and I get to eat food and hang out with people, and it's fun. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to stream on Friday. I think I'm going to leave that day blank because I gotta work on college stuff. Kind of getting down to the wire here on some things, so I want to make sure I work on that. And next week, we'll see. I feel kind of stuck on what to stream for next week, so hopefully by Monday I'll figure something out. So I know the Steam Autumn Sale is going on right now too, so maybe I'll pick up something on the cheap here that's interesting, and so we'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks for watching, and take care and see you next time. Bye-bye.